on, let me just say, from our families to yours, our hearts go out to the victims and families of those who were injured in the horrific attacks that took place earlier this week in Columbus, Ohio. The victims are in our prayers, and we commend the swift and courageous action of law enforcement in that perilous moment. But let's be clear. Thanks to all of you, in just 50 days, we will have a president who supports the men and women in law enforcement at every level. We will have a president who will suspend immigration from all countries and territories compromised by terror. And we will have a commander-in-chief who will hunt down and destroy ISIS at its source. And thanks to you, we're going to have a president who will make the American economy great again. We'll repeal Obamacare and replace it with American solutions. We're going to cut taxes, roll back regulation, have trade deals that put American workers first, and we're going to get this economy moving for every American. And thanks to you right next door in my home state of Indiana. Today in Indianapolis, because of the bold leadership and vision of President-elect Donald Trump, a company that announced back in February that they were closing their doors and moving to Mexico, announced that now more than 1,100 good-paying jobs will stay right here in America. And the president-elect made it happen. Make no mistake about it, Carrier chose to stay in Indiana because America chose to make Donald Trump the next president of the United States. And thanks to you, we are going to enforce the laws of this country. For the citizens of this country, we're going to build a wall, and we're going to end illegal immigration once and for all. Oh, we will. And thanks to you. And thanks to you, we're going to have a president who will appoint justices to the Supreme Court of the United States, who will uphold our Second Amendment and all the God-given liberties enshrined in our Constitution. So we're here to say thanks. But mostly, I just want to say to you from my heart as a fellow American, thank you for giving America a new president. Thank you for giving America a new president whose strength, whose vision, whose leadership will make America great again faster than you could possibly imagine. So let me say to my friends from here in Ohio, from Kentucky, from Indiana, and all those looking on, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stay
everybody. Wow. Thank you. So, I didn't know this. I love you too. Look at this place. So I didn't know what came with this position. And I didn't know that they closed down the roads around the stadium for an hour and a half. We got to work out a new deal with our Secret Service, but we love them, right? Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being so patient. Thank you. Oh, you're going to be happy. We're all going to be happy. I'm here today for one main reason, to say thank you to Ohio. Thank you. We won the state by almost 10 points, which they say is totally unheard of. In fact, I don't know if you know, but at the beginning, they say you have to win Ohio. You must win Ohio, right? You heard it. Over and over and over. And we started off sort of even, and then we were 1 up and 2 up. We didn't have much help at the top levels, you know that, right? And that turned out it didn't matter. But we had help with the people, and that's what really did matter. So I kept hearing, you must win Ohio. You cannot win the presidency without Ohio. So we started really, we were about even, right, at the beginning. And then point by point by point. And then we had a couple of little troughs. But with Ohio, there was no trough. It just kept getting better and better. Just better and better. And the end result is incredible. I love you, Ohio. This is a great place. Great people. I have so many friends. Thank you. Thank you. In the true sense, history called and the people of this great state answered. And you're going to be very happy. We're going to say right now, what are we going to do? We're going to make America great again. You watch. You went out and you pounded the pavement, organized your fellow citizens, and propelled to victory a grassroots movement, the likes of which the world has never seen before. This is what they say. Today on one of the networks, they said, maybe Andrew Jackson? I said, when was that? It was like in the 1838? And then somebody else said, well, that was great, but nothing like what happened here, okay? So it really has been fun. And more importantly, I heard Mike saying about what happened today in Indiana. We're going to do that all over the country. We're going to do it all over. Carrier, thank you, Carrier. Today we made history, and now the real work begins. That is the second reason that I'm here today. I'm going to discuss our action plan to make America great again. We're going to discuss. Although we did have a lot of fun fighting Hillary, didn't we? Right? By the way, the people are continuing to pour in, so let them come in. We could wait a half hour, an hour, but I don't think we're going to do that, right? Let them pour in. Let's blame them for being late, right? But as I said, just now I was in Indianapolis to announce that we're saving the jobs at the Carrier plant from going to Mexico, 1,100 jobs. And I'm asking all companies to keep their jobs in America, and we will work to make America a better environment for workers and businesses. And we will crack down on all foreign trade abuses that undermine your ability and your company's ability to compete. Those days are over when those companies are going to leave. We have so many problems to fix in our country, but I know that if we set aside our differences, and we do have differences, we're a very divided nation, but we're not going to be divided for long. I've always brought people together. I know you find that hard to believe, although this group probably doesn't find it hard to believe. But we are going to bring our country together, all of our country. We're going to find common ground, and we will get the job done properly. We'll get it done properly. And so importantly, America will start winning again, big league. We're going to win again. But to succeed, we must enlist the effort of all Americans. For too long, Washington has tried to put us in boxes. They separate us by race, by age, by income, by geography, by place of birth. We spend too much time focusing on what divides us. Now is the time to embrace the one thing that truly unites us. You know what that is? America, America. It's America. Because when America is unified, nothing is beyond our reach. I mean that. You're going to see. You're going to see. We're going to have a country that was never so great. You watch, in so many different ways. You hear a lot of talk about how we're becoming a globalized world, but the relationships people value in this country are local. Family, city, state, country, they're local. We'll compete in the world. We want to compete in the world. But we're going to compete in the world where it's a two-way road, not a one-way road. The advantages are going to come back to our country, and they haven't for many, many years. There is no global anthem, no global currency, no certificate of global citizenship. We pledge allegiance to one flag, and that flag is the American flag. From now on, it's going to be America first, okay? America first. We're going to put ourselves first. We seek peace and harmony with the nations of the world, but that means recognizing the right of every country, including our own, to look after its citizens. We would put other countries first. We had people running our country that truly didn't know what the hell they were doing, okay? Didn't know what they were doing. We're going to defend the American worker. Look what's happened right here. They forgot about the American worker. They forgot that it was the American worker who truly built our country. We are not going to forget, believe me. One of the reasons we're so divided today is because our government has failed to protect the interests of the American workers and their families, making it too easy for us to see ourselves as distinct groups and not unified as a whole. We're not unified. We're going to be. Washington's politicians have spent so long appealing to competing interests, they've forgotten how to appeal to the national interest, combining the skills and talents of our people in a common cause. And we have unbelievable talent. But that is all about to change. Our goal is to strengthen the bonds of trust between citizens to restore our sense of membership in a shared national community. Global is wonderful, but right now we want to focus on our national community. Never again will anyone's interests come before the interests of the American people. It's not going to happen again. And over the last 2 weeks, since our victory, I've spoken to many foreign leaders. And I will tell you, they have such respect for us. They all tell me how this was amazing. They all tell me how they sat in their magnificent rooms in different countries throughout the world. These are the leaders, the prime ministers, the presidents, all of them. How they sat in their magnificent rooms watching in wonderment and hearing how people came to vote that didn't vote in 20 years. People came to vote that haven't voted before. And they had Trump shirts on, and they had Make America Great hats on, and they had buttons pouring off. And they thought it was amazing. And honestly, one of them told me, I truly respect the United States again because of what happened. We're going to seek a truly inclusive society where we support each other, love each other, and look out for each other. And that means that people coming into our country have to be people that have the potential to love us, not to hate us. We condemn bigotry and prejudice in all of its forms. We denounce all of the hatred, and we forcefully reject the language of exclusion and separation. We're going to come together. We have no choice. We have to, and it's better. It's better. We seek a future where every American child is fully included in the American dream. We're going to have our own American dream. And we're going to bring back the American dream. The problems that plague our inner cities or that afflict poor rural communities, that we do have, those rural communities, some of them are poor. We're going to help those people. We're going to rebuild those communities. They're not permanent features of American life. They can be fixed, and together we're going to fix them. We are going to fix them. We've spent, as of this week, according to the latest count, we've spent $6 trillion in the Middle East. And the Middle East today is far worse than it's ever been. You will see changes very quickly. A shrinking you will see them. A shrinking workforce and flat wages are not the new normal. And we're not even talking about flat. We're talking about wages where some of you in this audience, hardworking, incredible Americans, were making more money 20 years ago than you're making today. And today, you're older and you're working harder. And in many cases, you have 2 jobs. Some of that's because of Obamacare. And by the way, we are repealing and replacing Obamacare. We can reverse the stagnation and usher in a period of true opportunity and growth. Endless gridlock is not a way of life any longer. We don't have to accept that. Government can be responsive, and we can become proud again of how Washington works. And I've spoken to Democrats, and I said to them, look, we can't go on with this gridlock. It's gone on for so many years. It's gone on for so many years. They can't get together. We're going to get together. And I believe they want to get together. You know why? Because it's time, and the people are angry. They're angry. And they're going to get together. We're going to make joint decisions. We are, and the nice part, our victory was so great. We have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the presidency. But we want to get them on board also. People are constantly telling me and telling you to reduce our expectations. Those people are fools. They're fools. But this campaign proved that the old rules no longer apply, that anything we want for our country is now possible. Anything we want, right? Now is not the time to downsize our dreams, but to set our sights higher than ever before for our country.
Welcome. Please help me give a warm welcome to the mayor of Fayetteville, Pat Nat Robinson.
Good evening. Good looking crowd. Where are y'all from? Well, welcome to Fayetteville. You know, I've been asked 100 times in the past 48 hours, why is President-elect Trump coming to Fayetteville? Reasonable question. We are the proud home of the country's largest military base. We are a city who loves our veterans and our active military. You know what Fort Bragg calls Fayetteville? The center of the universe. That's what happens here. We also respect and appreciate the reputation of distinguished career national heroes like General Mad Dog Mattis. And everybody knows that when the president picks up the phone and dials 911, that phone is answered at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Today is Donald Trump's third visit to Fayetteville, but it's his first visit as president-elect. We are proud to welcome him back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. You know, we count on strong leadership at the national and state levels in Washington and in Raleigh. We count on them to enact policies that will help the cities and towns. Economic growth, jobs, a strong military, and a secure future is what Eastern North Carolina expects in our leaders. The team that President Trump is putting together, the team that he is building, it's evident that his priorities are the same as ours right here in Fayetteville in Eastern North Carolina. Governor McCrory, our state legislators, our city government, we all recognize it's these priorities that will make Fayetteville and North Carolina a better place to live, work, and raise your families. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to welcome you and to welcome President-elect Donald Trump back to the city of Fayetteville. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for your wonderful welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a faithful people. So please, let's join our thoughts and feelings and prayers with U.S. Army Chaplain Retired Denise Merritt as she invokes the blessings of the Lord upon this gathering.
Let us pray. Gracious God, healer of all hurts, who forgives all our transgressions, We pause at this time of Thanksgiving to celebrate the awesomeness of you. We acknowledge that you, O God, do all things well, and with confidence and great expectancy, we trust your guidance of our elected officials and our president-elect to make America great again. In obedience to your mandate, we fervently pray for President-elect Trump and all those in authority over us. Though the voting polls have long since closed, God, we pray that you break the back of apathy among this citizenry and inspire us to remain engaged in the governing process of this great nation. We acknowledge your sovereignty over these United States of America. And during this Christmas season, we vow to extend goodwill to all men, and we look to you, dear God, to bring peace on earth. In the name above all, we pray. Amen.
It will now be our pleasure to listen and observe to a magnificent father and daughter combination from Newton Grove, North Carolina, Michael and Madison Warren, who will sing our national anthem for us.
Oh, say,
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free, and the home of the brave?
Wow, that was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so very much, Michael and Madison. It will now be our privilege and honor to pledge allegiance to the flag that we love, led by Judge Lou Oliveira.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need your special help now. I'm fixing to introduce a lady that has a tendency to be a little bit shy. So I want you to give a warm, warm welcome to this shy, beautiful, wonderful first Republican member of the Council of State in North Carolina, Labor Commissioner Cherie Berry, or known by her friends as Cherry Berry. Is that okay?
Well, hey! Are y'all as tickled to be here tonight as I am? Woo! I love it, yeah! You know, most people when they get up to speak, they say, oh, I'm so honored to be here tonight. Well, I'm from Catawba County, North Carolina, and I'm tickled to be here tonight. Thank you, Fayetteville! You know, this is a thank you tour, and that's so important to say thank you to people, because I would be nothing without all of you who voted to help me be elected Commissioner of Labor. I would be nothing without you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for having the faith and confidence in me to allow me to be your Commissioner of Labor for 4 more years. Thank you. And you know, during the 16 years that I've held this office, North Carolina has achieved the lowest injury and illness rate for our workers in the history of our great state. And nothing is more important than our families, than our loved ones when they go off to work in the morning and kiss us goodbye. We hope and we pray that they return after their workday ends to hug us and kiss us goodnight. And that's what we're all about at your Department of Labor. So I'm here tonight to first thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing North Carolina to enjoy the record of the lowest injury and illness rate for our workers in the history of our great state. And it's all because of you and what you do every day. Thank you for loving and caring for your fellow man and everyone so that we can all be with our families to enjoy our lives and our children and our grandchildren. Thank you for that. And may God bless you as you go forward. And I'd like to also be here tonight to thank Donald Trump. You know, I wanted him to run in 2012, but I knew when I thought about having him be president, it wasn't his time in 2012. He wasn't quite ready, and we weren't ready for him. We hadn't been through enough yet, but now we have. We have been through enough. I've had enough. And now we have Donald Trump president-elect, and I'm so honored to be here tonight to help him. Thank you for all your hard work, all the volunteers, everyone who made phone calls, everyone who knocked on doors. You put your heart and mind and soul into this effort, and guess what? You won! And you know, at this time of year, it's such a wonderful, blessed time of year with Christmas time, and we receive the greatest gift ever with Jesus Christ, the Son of God, at Christmas. And now we have received the greatest gift our generation can receive. We've received the gift of Donald J. Trump for President-elect of the United States. So I am proud to stand here tonight and say to everyone all across this great state, all across America, Happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas! Thank you!
I think she finally got to the point that she was enjoying this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now our great honor to welcome to the stage a Texan by birth, but a person who has a proven record that he dearly loves the state of North Carolina. Help me give an enthusiastic and warm welcome to Congressman Robert Pittenger. Had to get that Texas in there.
You did fine. Is this a great night for America? Are you not proud to stand here with Donald Trump tonight? I'll tell you I am, and I'll tell you the United States Congress is sure proud to stand with him and our Speaker, Paul Ryan. Are you ready to fix the problems of this great country? How about it? Are you ready to defund Obamacare? Are you ready to simplify our tax code? Are you ready to secure our borders and build a wall? Are you ready to eliminate Dodd-Frank and get the regulatory burden off businesses? Are you ready to protect life? How about it? Are you ready to defund Planned Parenthood? Are you ready to defeat ISIS? Are you ready to fully fund our military? Are you ready to take care of our veterans? How about it? Are you ready to appoint conservative judges to the Supreme Court and federal courts? How about we balance the United States budget for once? Yes, we're going to do this. Donald Trump has given a vision, he's given the leadership, and the United States Congress stands with the same vision. But I want to thank you tonight. You made this possible. You did. You took your friends to the polls, you prayed, you worked, you did whatever it took to make sure that Donald Trump was President of the United States. And we're here tonight to say thank you to you. America is the greatest country in the face of the earth. As I travel around throughout this world, working in my role as chairman of the Congressional Task Force on Terrorism, I meet with our military, and I see these dedicated, committed men and women who stand strong so that we can be here tonight. Let's say a big thank you to those military standing for us tonight. Amen. Amen. We're a nation uniquely blessed by God. We've been favored by God like no other country in the world. To whom much is given, much is required. We will do the right thing for America. We'll do the right thing for the American people. And we'll set a standard for the world that the world desires to see. They want moral authority. They want moral leadership. The same kind of leadership that Ronald Reagan gave us back in the 1980s. That's what Donald Trump is. If you recall, the Soviet Union collapsed without firing a shot because Ronald Reagan stood strong for America. And that's what Donald Trump is going to do today. So thank you for all of us, for who you are, for what you've done. We will continue to look to him to give us the favor, the wisdom, and the strength. And by his grace, we will pursue a country that will be the light of the world. Thank you, and God bless you.
Great job, Robert. Great job. Great job. Wow, Congressman Pittenger, you went through that list just as good as Sean Hannity does it. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, Cumberland County folks and all folks from the corners of North Carolina. Wake County, everywhere. What a final treat we have for you here. Two ladies who need no introduction. Two ladies who've never wavered. Two ladies who enjoy what they do. Two wonderful American, patriotic, freedom-loving, liberty-loving. Help me welcome Diamond and Silk. How was that?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? We did it. Oh, my God. You know what? North Carolina, give yourself a hand for showing up and showing out at the polls. What? Baby, we did this. Now, before we get started, I need to thank, first of all, I thank all of you all. Yes. Just give yourself a hand. I love y'all. Yes, we love you. But I need to thank, because, you know, we probably would not have existed. But I need to thank Michael Cohan. I know his name is Cohen, but I call him Cohan. And Lynn Patton for discovering Diamond and Silk.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, give him a hand.
Yes.
Thank you, Uncle Mike. And I thank Donald J. Trump for making Diamond and Silk famous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, baby. I love you too, baby. Now listen, a year ago, we stood right here in North Carolina and told all of those folks back there, the media,
Yes.
that he will be the 45th president of the United States.
Make sure you thank God. Okay. Yes.
And today, or this evening, Donald J. Trump is the 45th president of the United States.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes, baby.
And see, I thank the American people and I thank God for that. And honey, give yourself a hand because we can celebrate.
Yes, we can
We
celebrate.
did this.
Yes. Thank you, God.
Now, you know, while Hillary had the media,
No.
I got this. I got this.
You got it. You got it.
Donald J. Trump had Diamond and Silk, his secret weapon, and you all the American people, baby. That's how that happened. See, we knew when he was a winner when he announced he was running for president.
That's right.
He's a motivator, a negotiator,
Yes.
a job creator, and now a job saver, y'all.
That's
what
right.
he is.
That's right.
He's a job saver.
Oh, yes.
And see, I know that the left keep trying to criticize him about saving those jobs. And they keep saying, especially the media, oh, it's going to cost the taxpayers.
That's what they say.
But you know what? I would prefer as a taxpayer to pay my money towards somebody working than someone sitting on their behind collecting welfare.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And you know, I also hear the media, they keep saying, well, they gloating.
That's what they
He
say.
should stop gloating. No.
No.
He needs to continue to gloat, to celebrate, to shout, because let me tell you something. He won against the media,
Yes.
against the elites,
Yes.
against the left,
That's right.
against the Democrats,
Yes.
against the Clintons.
Yes. Yes.
Baby, we all should be celebrating, every last one of us. Right. And you know what? If the media want us to stop gloating and celebrating, then tell Jill Stein to stop doing these recounts.
That's right. Yeah.
Because every time he win again, we celebrate and gloat again. Baby, somebody need to tell him he gonna keep winning and winning and winning. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be too hard on the media because I really love them. I do. I love them. But you know, some say
Some say.
that Jack and Jill went up the hill.
Uh-huh.
But now it looked like Hill and Jill done went up the hill to fetch a bag of votes.
Uh-huh.
But they didn't realize when they started counting them, they was nothing but dead folks, baby.
That's right. Yeah.
Donald Trump won this fair and square, and I
That's
just
right.
need for them to know that. He won this fair.
Understand
Yeah,
that.
understand.
Yeah.
Now, I keep seeing and hearing the media say that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote.
That's what they say.
So I had to get my numbers together.
Uh-huh.
Now, Trump won 2,623 counties against Hillary Clinton's 489. Yes, he did. That is good.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, media. I love y'all, but I don't believe that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote.
No.
Unless you all counting those votes that y'all said she was going to win, and those people reneged, they didn't even get out and
They
vote
didn't
for
even
her.
get out and
Maybe
vote.
they count
They
that.
count
That's what they
them.
count. That's what they count. Because see, I don't believe she won the popular vote.
No,
I don't believe
I
that.
don't believe that.
Yeah. But here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Let me just say this to the media. I know you all cannot understand how Donald Trump did this.
Can't understand it.
I wish they would have called Diamond and Silk and we could have told them how he done it.
We would have told y'all.
They didn't call Diamond and
They didn't
Silk.
call us.
But understand this, media. While you all was sitting on your platform calling Diamond and Silk out of their name, what they call us, rhinestone and polyester. Yeah, that's what they said.
That's what they called us.
And they were calling American people racists and bigots. Let me tell you what we were doing.
That's right.
We were out doing the grassroots works underground, talking to people, motivating people, getting them out the vote.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Honey, people was ready for a new future.
Yeah.
People was ready to say Merry Christmas again.
That's right. Yeah.
People was ready to see our veterans being taken care of.
That's right. Yeah.
People was ready to end all of this political correctness.
That's right. Yeah.
That's how we won this.
Uh-huh.
But you know what? I got something to say. To all of my black brothers and sisters.
All right.
Every one of you all that got out and voted for Donald J. Trump, you got off that Democratic plantation.
That's right.
You got off that. And today you're free. Now I want y'all to sit back and relax and watch Donald J. Trump work, baby. I want you to do that.
Yeah.
And then to all of my gentle, sensitive snowflakes,
Yeah. To all of them.
to everybody that's in the media that's crying
Yeah.
and just all dazzled and razzled
Uh-huh.
and just don't understand
Don't understand.
how Donald won this.
Uh-huh.
Listen to me.
Listen.
What we want to do is we want to extend an olive branch to you.
That's right.
Because, baby, there is still room on the Trump train for you too.
Yeah.
When Donald Trump is saving jobs, he don't care whether you a Democrat or a Republican. He don't care whether you black or white. He's going to work for you.
All of them. Yeah.
So get on the Trump train.
That's right.
Now, we got one more stop.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to know, are we all on the Trump train in here? I can't hear you. Are we all on the Trump train? Okay, when I say all aboard, you say choo-choo, all aboard? All aboard? All aboard! All right, y'all, the next stop is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We love y'all. I love y'all.
Chasing down I saw her today at the reception. A glass of wine in her hand. I knew she was gonna meet her connection. At her feet was a footloose man. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, well, you might find you get what you need.
Hey, I'm not hearing anything. Are we dialed in?
Should be.
Another development with the transition of President-elect Donald Trump and his son, the son of retired General Michael Cohen, after he read a 15-point report that led to a confrontation media and on television. I'm told by the source that decision to ask the younger president came all the way to the top. And another development with the Trump
Yes, I'm here. Hey, Steve, how are you? Good, thank you. Good, thank you.
Now is the time to unlock the potential of millions of Americans left on the sidelines, their talents unused, their dreams unrealized, and their aspirations totally forgotten. And these are people of great talent. This is the moment. This is our chance. This is our window for action. This is the hour when the great deeds can be done and our highest hopes can come true. We're going to do it, folks. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Thank you. I love you too. Guy. Some guy. Look at this guy. And I do love him. He's a rough-looking cookie, though, I'll tell you. We have a lot of love, believe me. Going to be a lot of love in our country. Driven by these goals, I'm working to assemble a detailed action plan for America. My plan begins with a bold structural reform to create millions of new jobs and rapidly expand our economic growth. And you see what's happening with taxes. You see what's happening with regulations, which are totally out of control. Right now, we punish companies for doing business in America. They're actually punished. That's why they're leaving. And by the way, I have to say this. We are going to reduce taxes to a point that are incredible. For the middle class in particular, but for our companies. And we're going to reduce the regulations. But if a company wants to still leave the state of Ohio or Pennsylvania, or how about North Carolina? How well did we do in North Carolina, right? Remember when they said, he cannot win North Carolina? So we had just won Iowa. And we had just won Florida. Breaking news, Donald Trump has won Florida. They say, whoa. And we won it big. But then the people back there, the extremely dishonest press, said, right? Very dishonest people. How dishonest. How about when a major anchor who hosted a debate started crying when she realized that we won? How about that?
And to add to this heartbreaking story, investigators giving us a little bit of information about those final
and you know what
moments
she
of the
doesn't
victims, saying that
understand?
many of them knew they
Things
were
are
going
going to be
to
much
die,
better
sending
now.
text messages to loved
doesn't
ones and holding each other. In Oakland, Don Yudakis, ABC 30 Action News.
I mean, think of it. We won in a landslide. That was a landslide. And we didn't have the press. The press was brutal. You know what? Hey, in the great state of Ohio, we didn't have the upper echelon of politician either, did we? But I will say this. I will say this. And it was very nice. Your governor, John Kasich, called me after the election and was very nice. He said, congratulations, that was amazing.
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
Couldn't believe how much we won Ohio by, or the election by. Remember, you cannot get to 270, the dishonest press. There is no road. Folks, how many times did we hear this? There is no path to 270. There is no. There is no path. Donald Trump, Texas is in play. Do you remember that one? Now, as a Republican, I'm supposed to win Texas. As a Republican, I'm supposed to win Georgia. As a Republican, I'm supposed to win the great state of Utah. I love Utah.
Holding each other.
Love those states.
Holding each other.
Remember when they said Donald Trump is going to lose to some guy I never even heard of? Who was that guy? He is going to lose to this guy. But the people of Utah were amazing, and we trounced them. We trounced them. And by the way, Hillary came in second, and that guy came in third. I was still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out what was he going to prove. Did he want to? I wondered if what the hell was he trying to prove? I guess he wanted us to lose the Supreme Court. That's about the only thing he was going to get. But think of it. They said, I'll tell you what, just 2-3 weeks
right,
before
David,
the election.
and
my friends would tell me just the opposite. They live in Texas and Georgia.
Right now, investigators
They said,
basically
Georgia
knocking
is
down
in
walls
play.
so that they can get to the
Texas
last
is in
10% of
That
the
means like we're even.
building. Rather, they're saying
And
that
then
they
we
do
won
not
in a
expect to
landslide
find
those
more
states. I said, what
victims,
happened?
and they did tell us today, adding more to this heartbreaking story, that in those final moments for the victims,
They go,
sent text messages
for
to their
weeks,
loved ones.
Texas is in play. Then you turn on the television like 2 minutes later, Donald Trump has won Texas. You know. These are very, very dishonest people. Okay. I love this stuff. Should I go on with this just a little bit longer? I love it. How about it's like 12 o'clock in the evening, and Pennsylvania, I'm leading by a lot, and we couldn't get off 98%. They didn't want to call it. We're leading by so much that it's impossible. I lost every other vote, and they refused to call. Then at 3 o'clock, I'll never forget, I watched a particular person, and we won Wisconsin, and we won Michigan, and we won Pennsylvania.
An official brief on the investigation tells ABC News
And
that
that
investigators
person
are looking at
is
the
doing the
refrigerator
math.
as a point of
And that
origin.
person was saying
In
for
Oakland, Donnie
months
Bacchus, ABC 7
that there's
Eyewitness
no
News.
way that Donald Trump can break the blue wall, right? We didn't break it, we shattered that sucker. We shattered it. We shattered it. Man, that poor wall is busted up. So, I'll never forget it though, because it felt so good. You know, more so because they kept saying there's no path and all this nonsense. So, and I go out and I see the people like this, and I'd say, how are we going to lose? I mean, how are we going to lose? But what happened? So they'd say, we win Wisconsin. Donald Trump, 38 years or so. Donald Trump has won Michigan. And then they're looking at the map, they're saying, oh, wow. There's no way for Hillary Clinton to become President. Donald Trump is President of the United States. Oh, amazing. It's amazing. Really amazing. And one of the announcers, I have to tell you, from ESPN. Now they cover football and boxing and everything, right? And he went out, he said, I gotta tell you, that event last night, meaning the election results, was better than any fight, any baseball game, any football game. He said that was the most exciting event I've ever seen, and it was politics. And then you look at the NFL. Well, now they should start recovering. But their ratings were so far down. And you know what the reason was? This. Because this business is tougher than the NFL. It's crazy. The people liked it. Their ratings were down 20 or 21%. And it was because of us. So we had a lot of fun. The bottom line is we won. We won. We won big. it's producing steel, building cars, or curing disease, we want the next generation of innovation and production to happen right here in America and right here in Ohio, right? First, on taxes. We're going to massively lower taxes and make America the best place in the world to hire, to invest, to grow, to create, and to expand. We're going to do that. On regulation, we're going to eliminate every single wasteful regulation that undermines the ability of our workers and our companies to compete with companies from foreign lands. We're going to do that. We have the greatest competitors on earth. And by the way, I've put on some of the greatest business people in the world. One of the networks said, why, he put on a billionaire at Commerce. Well, that's because this guy knows how to make money, folks. Knows how to make money. I'd like to put on a guy that failed all his life, but we don't want that, do we? No, I put on a killer, and I've been honest. I said, I am going to be putting on the greatest killers you've ever seen. We need that. It's time. It's time. It's time. We have a great, great cabinet, I'll tell you. It's coming, and wait till you see what we have next week. Are we doing a good job with our cabinet and our people? And I don't want to tell you this because I want to save the suspense for next week. So I will not tell you. I refuse to tell, and don't let it outside of this room. Do you promise? Raise your hand. Promise. So I will not tell you that one of our great, great generals, don't let it outside, right? And of course the press is very honest, they'll never let this go. Even though it's all live, they got about 7 stations live. We are going to appoint Mad Dog Mattis as our Secretary of Defense. But we're not announcing it till Monday, so don't tell anybody. Mad Dog. He's great. He is great. I asked one of the generals, I love the generals, and I won't use his name, but he probably would come forward. But I said to him, you're a good general, aren't you? Yes, sir, I am. I said, so how do you compare to General Mattis? How do you compare to Mad Dog? Sir, he's better than I am. I loved it. I said, I love you to say that. They love him. So we're going to be announcing him on Monday of next week. Keep it inside the room, but that's what we have, and he's our best. They say he's the closest thing to General George Patton that we have, and it's about time. It's about time. Okay, so I gave up a little secret. My people over there are probably saying, you weren't supposed to do that, Mr. Trump. On energy, we will pursue energy independence and cancel the job-killing restrictions on the production of shale energy, oil, natural gas, and clean coal, and we're going to put the miners of Ohio back to work. On infrastructure, we will build new roads, tunnels, bridges, railways, airports, schools, and hospitals, including major projects in the inner cities. There's such potential in the inner cities. we're not using our potential. Remember when I would make the speeches, I'd say, what the hell do you have to lose? The African American community was so great to me in this election. They were so great to me. Amazing. I couldn't believe it. I started off at a low number, and every week, boom, 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 and I got it up to a number that's higher than all of the Republican candidates for years, and it was great. The Hispanic community, I did great with the Hispanic community, great, higher than people that were supposed to have done well. I felt it. And is this really a big surprise? We did great with women. Can you believe it? Great with women. A couple of polls came in. A couple of polls came in the early states, and they said, we don't believe it. He's doing well with women. But every time I went out, I saw those beautiful pink signs, right? Women for Trump, and I knew we were going to do well. So we did great with women. We did great with everybody. We will deepen our harbors and new lanes of commerce across the nation. We have harbors that ships can't even go into. We will have two simple rules when it comes They don't know that Hillary lost a couple of weeks ago. They forgot. I don't know. Where do these people come from? Oh, well. They're taking her back home to mom. No, it's true. It's true. They don't realize. They don't know. You know, a lot of the people that protested, we said, did you vote? No, I didn't vote. They don't vote. They never vote. And do you agree with my stance that if people burn the American flag, there should be consequence, right? So, think so. We will have two simple rules when it comes to this massive rebuilding effort. Buy American and hire American. We're going to do it ourselves. We're going to do it ourselves. And that will be our new mantra. On trade, the history of nations teaches us that the strength of a country and its trade and manufacturing sector is vital to both its economic prosperity and national security, because we don't do that. Our borders are weak, our trade is terrible. You're going to see a turn that is so big, and it's going to happen so fast. And we started today in Indiana. Believe me, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. Our trade deficit now is nearly $800 billion a year. It's a chronic drag on growth and a destroyer. It destroys the wealth of our country and jobs. And jobs. Ohio has lost 1/3 of its manufacturing jobs since NAFTA. And you know the nice part? Now I don't have to say, signed by Bill Clinton and approved by Hillary. Who cares? All I can tell you is that NAFTA is a disaster. What difference does it make? We will fix NAFTA, or we'll terminate it and start all over again. America has lost 70,000 factories. Hard to believe. I always say that's a typo. 70,000 factories since China joined the World Trade Organization. Think of it. In the year 2000, America had nearly 20 million manufacturing jobs in the Rust Belt, okay? Today, we have only 12.3 million manufacturing jobs left in the Rust Belt. We're going to bring them back. We're going to bring them back. We're going to bring them back. The Rust Belt has been hammered. And one of the reasons I won. It's one of the reasons I won. Ohio, as an example, is down from 1.2 million manufacturing jobs in the year 2000 to only 690,000 jobs today. Not going to happen anymore, folks. Or take Michigan. They're down from 900,000 manufacturing jobs in the year 2000 to only 600,000 manufacturing jobs today. I see these numbers and it's sad. But what isn't sad, because this is all about hope, but it's real hope because we're going to turn that around so fast. And we don't want Ford leaving and going to Mexico to build its small cars. We don't want it. We're going to turn it all around. We're living through the greatest jobs theft in the history of the world. I've been saying it for months. It used to be the cars were made in Flint, right? And you couldn't drink the water in Mexico. Today, the cars are made in Mexico, and you can't drink the water in Flint, Michigan. You know that, right? What a difference. But we're turning that around. What a terrible thing that was, too. Gross incompetence on so many levels. The era of economic surrender is over. We're going to fight for every last American job. It's time to remove the rust from the Rust Belt and usher in a new industrial revolution. We're going to do it. On healthcare reform, we will repeal and replace Obamacare. We have no choice. We have no choice. And we will finally fix health care for America's incredible veterans. Veterans, we love our veterans. Where are the veterans? Raise your hand. Who's a veteran? We got a lot of veterans. Our veterans have not been treated properly. And I want to thank our veterans, and I want to thank our military, and I want to thank our police forces, because the number of votes I got was staggering. Staggering. For whatever reason, people in uniforms like Trump, I don't know, I have to figure that out. These are great people. We're going to take care of our veterans, and we're working right now on somebody to run the Veterans Administration who will be terrific, believe me, terrific. And I'll be watching too, I'll be watching. On child care, I'm asking Congress to pass legislation to support the American family and make safe and affordable child care accessible to all. It's so important. Our agenda will fight to increase pay and opportunities for women in the workforce. Support women entrepreneurs. Who's a women entrepreneur here? Who's a women? A lot of them. Hate to tell you, men, generally speaking, they're better than you are. Now, if I said it the other way around, I'd be in big trouble, don't you? And we're going to make sure that no one is penalized for the decision to have a family. Right now, they're penalized. On crime, the murder rate has experienced its largest increase in 45 years in our country. Think of that. We're going to support the incredible men and women of law enforcement. They are incredible people. My administration will marshal federal resources to bring this crime wave to an end, most in 45 years. We believe all Americans have the right to live in safety and peace, and we will never back down in fighting to deliver that security to every community in our land and to our inner cities that have been forsaken. Now, take care of our inner cities and the people in our inner cities. On defense, we will begin a major national effort to rebuild our badly depleted military. Have no choice. We have no choice. You look at this world, it's a tinderbox. We have no choice. And we want a strong military, and we don't want to have to use it. Ideally, we don't have to use it, although we will destroy ISIS. At the same time, we will pursue a new foreign policy that finally learns from the mistakes of the past. We will stop looking to topple regimes and overthrow governments, folks. Remember, $6 trillion, $6 trillion in the Middle East. $6 trillion. Our goal is stability, not chaos. Because we want to rebuild our country. It's time. It's time. We will partner with any nation that is willing to join us in the effort to defeat ISIS and radical Islamic terrorism. Okay, we have to say the term. In our dealings with other countries, we will seek shared interest wherever possible and pursue a new era of peace, understanding, and goodwill. On immigration, we will restore the sovereignty of the United States. We will restore the sovereignty. We will finally end illegal immigration. Have to. We will construct a great wall at the border. Dismantle the criminal cartels and liberate our communities from the epidemic of gang violence and drugs pouring into our nation. We will ask Congress to reform our visa and immigration programs to protect jobs and wages for American workers. I love American workers. I love these people. You know what I call the American workers? The forgotten men and women of our nation, and those men and women came out to vote. Nobody ever thought that was going to happen. They came out by the millions. These are great, great people. To keep our nation secure from terrorism and extremism, we will suspend immigration from regions where it cannot be safely processed. We have regions of the world, people are pouring in. I don't have to say who's letting them in anymore. I just have to say they're pouring into our country. We don't need San Bernardino. We don't need another Orlando. We don't need another World Trade Center. We don't need Paris. You look at Paris, you look at Nice, you look all over the world, look what's happening to Germany. We don't need that, folks. We have enough problems, believe me. Your state has just experienced a violent atrocity at the great Ohio State University. And that is a great place. That further demonstrates the security threats that are created. And these are just threats that are stupidly created by our very, very stupid politicians, refugee programs. We offer our thoughts, prayers, and deepest sympathies to the victims, and our hearts go out to the entire community of Ohio State. What a great place. Great place. We're with you, and we will stand with you every single step of the way. The job of the president is to keep America safe, and that will always be my highest priority. will do everything in our power to keep the scourge of terrorism out of our country. We're going to keep it out of our country. Just so you understand, people are pouring in from regions of the Middle East. We have no idea who they are, where they come from, what they're thinking, and we're going to stop that dead cold flat. And you just take a look at what just happened in your state. Just take a good look and really think about it. Ethics reform will be a crucial part of our 100-day plan as well. We're going to drain the swamp of corruption in Washington, D.C. Drain the swamp. Thank you. I will impose a 5-year ban on executive branch officials becoming lobbyists and a lifetime ban on officials becoming lobbyists for a foreign government. Change is not going to be easy. I am going to need you to fight as hard for these proposals as you fought for this great campaign of ours. We are going to need our government and this movement to be more engaged and more vigilant than ever before to help us accomplish the reforms and overcome decades of stalemate and gridlock. We're going to get it done, folks. Now that you put me in this position, even if you don't help me one bit, I'm going to get it done. Believe me, don't worry about it. Be easier if you help, but that's all right. Don't worry, I'll get it done. Importantly, we are all going to have open arms, and we're going to invite everyone from all political persuasions to join our movement to help us achieve our goals for this country. Great schools, safe neighborhoods, a thriving economy, and a government that answers only to the people, our people. We are going to have to dig deep, and I know you and I and all of the people working with us are up to the task. There are a lot of people working with us. Every single day, you will be the agents of change. Change for our country, but good change, great change. Americans must ignore the pessimists and embrace the optimism that has always been the central ingredient of the American character. We are the nation that won 2 world wars, that dug out the Panama Canal, that put a man on the moon and satellites all over space. But somewhere along the way, we started thinking small. I'm asking you to dream big again. And bold and daring things for your country will happen once again. I'm asking you to join me in this next chapter of this unbelievable and unprecedented movement as we work toward prosperity at home, peace abroad, and new frontiers in science, technology, and space. I am asking you to... Is that right? Yeah. I love this guy. He's a believer. You are a believer, right? He's a believer. I'm asking you to believe in America once again. We have many challenges, but this is truly an exciting time to be alive. There's been no time like it. The script is not yet written. We do not know what the next page will read. But I'll tell you, it's going to be a great page. But for the first time in a long time, what we do know is that the pages will be authored by each one of you. Each one of you. Americans will be the captains of their own destiny once again. You know, I talk about our great movement, and you are the movement. I'm the messenger. I'm just really the messenger. Although I've been a very good messenger, let's face it, right? I've been a pretty good messenger. So once again, I want to thank Ohio. I want to thank the great people of Ohio. It's an incredible place, an incredible state. There's been nothing like it. And remember this, it was when they called the landslide that we had in Ohio that these extremely dishonest people started saying, something's happening very big tonight. Something's happening very big. And I've been saying it to you for many months, but I'll say it one last time tonight. We are going to come together and make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ohio. Thank you.
All right, so that was Donald Trump in Ohio. I'm going to transition now to our live video out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Give you some sound here. We are waiting for Donald Trump to take the stage in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Now we are looking at live video. I'll tell you too, it does look like there is a protest happening outside. I won't spend a lot of time on this, but I also don't want to not acknowledge it at all. It looks like there's a little protest happening outside in regards to Donald Trump's Fayetteville, North Carolina, but we're not going to pay much attention to that. I'm going to take you back to the inside of the venue as we wait for Donald Trump to take the stage.
In her glass was a bleeding man. She was practiced at the art of deception. Well, I could tell by her bloodstained hands. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, it just might find, it just might find, you get what you need. Oh yeah. You can't always get what you want. No, no, baby, you can't always get what you want. Sometime we just I want you back again. I want your love again. I know you find it hard to reason with me, but this time it's different. Darling, you're saying you gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You said we're through before you walked out on me. Before I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to know. This time you're different, and determined to go. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. Yeah, tell me you're coming back to me.
My fire, the one desire, believe when I say I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart, can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Am I your fire, your one desire? Yes, I know it's too late, but see that we're falling apart from the way that it used to be. Yeah, no matter the distance, I want you to know that deep down inside of me, you are my fire, the one desire you are. Don't wanna hear you say nothing but a mistake. I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but heart. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. 'Cause I want it that way.
There've been so many girls that I've known. I've made so many cry, and still I wonder why. Here comes a little girl, I see her walking down the street. She's all by herself. I try and knock off her feet, but she'll never break, never break, never break, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, this heart of stone. What's different about her? I don't really know. No matter how I try, I just can't make her cry. Cause she'll never break, never break, never break, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, 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 this heart of stone. Don't keep on looking that same old way. If you try acting sad, you'll only make me glad. Better listen, little girl, you're going walking down the street. I ain't got no love, I ain't the kind of me. Cause you'll never break, never break, never break, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, you'll never break this heart of stone, darling. No, no, this heart of stone. You'll never break it, darling. You won't break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, no. You better go. You better go home. 'Cause you'll never break this heart of stone. You better drive on home. your window, but do one time. Now everything about this house is gonna go and die. Oh, it doesn't even you go to the Sunday. You said, sorry, honey, if you don't change the face, I can't write another day. I love the bleeding in my hand. Oh, tell me the fact I've been with another man. I'm playing rock and roll. You jumped on the fan like you told the road. It's with me. Lot of bleeding in my hand. I wanna get those changes all left the scar on you. Like all those burning rooms on fire, you and I got through. You're a blue bird on a telegraph line, look out at the night. So when that change comes down your rigor, you bring it back somehow. I love the light bleeding in my head. Oh, tell me the fact I'm good with another man. I was playing rock and roll, you were jumped off the bank like you thought you were. I'm with me. Light bleeding in my hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President-elect of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Thank you. So the weather was really bad, really bad. And they said, you know, these are great people in North Carolina. They won't mind. No, but they said they won't mind, sir, if you canceled and made it another time. And I said, what? And they said, we have a big crowd, but they won't mind just because the weather was so terrible. So I said, you gotta be kidding. So we've been driving for 2 hours. We landed at like a long ways, but there was no way that we weren't showing up tonight. That I can tell you. That I can tell you. Yeah, we couldn't land at your local airport. We landed a long ways away. I said, boy, let's put it this way, the drive was about 3 times longer than the flight. But we made it. That's all that matters, right? We made it. And I'm here today for one main reason, to thank you, the people of North Carolina, for being so incredible. We want to thank you. You went out and pounded the pavement, you organized your fellow citizens, and propelled to victory a grassroots movement, the likes of which nobody has ever seen before. And that's beyond our country. And I want to give a special thank you to the incredible military families, service members, and veterans of North Carolina. And they were great. You saw what happened with the military. I got such numbers. Oh, those numbers are good. We don't talk about numbers. We bring people together. But boy, were those numbers good. And our veterans, do we love our veterans? We love our veterans. But your state's legacy of service is an inspiration to us all. North Carolina has produced many of the finest soldiers, airmen, sailors, and Marines the world has ever seen. So true. Our men and women in uniform represent the absolute best of us. We must follow their example, working in unison toward a shared goal across every social, racial, and economic line. They understand that to accomplish the mission, we must all be pulling in the same direction. We have to get together. They know that we must leave no man or woman behind. These patriots have shed their blood to defend our country in distant fields of battle across the earth. Our debt to them is eternal and everlasting. Amazing people. Amazing people. And you know, we have a very special person here tonight who we're going to introduce very shortly. Boy, it's been such a popular choice. We salute their sacrifice and we salute the flag they fought to protect. We love our flag, right? We love our flag. We love our flag, and we don't like it when we see people ripping up our flag and burning our flag. We don't like it. We don't like it. And we'll see what we're going to do about that, okay? We're going to see. Tomorrow is the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. It's a milestone that marks the ultimate sacrifice of those who wear the great uniform. It's a reminder, too, of the valiant efforts of America's fighting men and women who have liberated millions from tyranny and oppression. Now today, our brave men and women are the first in line defense against radical Islamic terrorism, words that some people don't like to say, an ideology of death that slaughters innocent men, women, and children. We're going to protect our people. We're going to protect our country, believe me. In every generation, a new threat to freedom arises. And just as we defeated these threats, we faced generations in the past, and you understand that, so too will we defeat the forces of terrorism. It's unseen in many cases, but we're going to defeat that force, and we're going to defeat it strongly and quickly. Believe me. We will prevail. We stand here today just miles from Fort Bragg, the home of heroes. It's a home of heroes. Our special forces at Fort Bragg have been the tip of the spear in fighting terrorism. The motto of our Army Special Forces is to free the oppressed, and that is exactly what they have been doing and will continue to do. At this very moment, soldiers from Fort Bragg are deployed in 90 countries around the world. Can you believe that? 90 countries. Based in Fort Bragg is the 82nd Airborne Division, also known as the All-American Division. We stand in awe of their achievements. We really do. Not far from here sits 45% of the entire United States Marine Corps at Camp Lejeune. I've been to Camp Lejeune. We love Camp Lejeune. 12,000 citizen soldiers fill the ranks of the North Carolina Army and Air National Guard. The National Guard rushed to the scene to help the victims of Hurricane Matthew and so many other catastrophes. And we continue to send our thoughts and prayers to those recovering in its wake. The military families in North Carolina are a national treasure, and it will be the duty of my administration to ensure that we protect those who protect us. And I just want to tell you that we are going to be taking care of our veterans. And I'm right now working. These are great, great people. And they haven't been treated fairly. And I'm right now working on picking the people that are going to be helping our veterans, and they are really outstanding. We have some of the great people, and a lot of people making great sacrifices to do this, but they're going to be unbelievable. You're going to see such a change. You're going to see such a change like you've never seen before. We're going to protect and help our veterans, believe me. That brings me to the second reason that I'm here, to discuss our action plan to make America great again, beginning with the rebuilding of our military. And we will. You're going to see it. I'm so looking forward, probably next week, you're going to see what we're going to do to take care of our vets. It's going to be announced. A lot of things are going to be announced. Stay tuned, folks. Here are the priorities that will guide our military and veterans policy. All men and women in uniform will have the supplies, support, equipment, training, services, medical care, and resources they need to get the job done incredibly well and perfectly. You watch. The best care in the world for our veterans, both at public and VA facilities, as well as the right to see a private doctor when the lines are long. I've been saying this for the last year and a half. You know, people are waiting in line for 7 days, 8 days, 9 days. Longer. He just said longer. Longer than that. And when that happens, you're going out to see a private doctor, a private hospital, a public hospital, somebody that can take care of you, and we're going to pick up the bill. And it's going to be, not only is it going to be great for you and life-saving in many cases, it's going to be less expensive. And I'm saying, why didn't they do this in the past? Why didn't somebody do this? There's not going to be any more waiting for our great people online for weeks to see a doctor. And finally, a commitment to only engage the use of military forces when it's in the vital national security interests of the United States. We don't want to have a depleted military because we're all over the place fighting in areas that just we shouldn't be fighting in. We're going to have such a strong, powerful military. It's not going to be depleted any longer. I mentioned equipment previously, and I said equipment. We're going to have the finest equipment in the world. It's going to be new. It's going to be modern. It's going to be clean. It's going to be the best. That's what we're going to have. We're not going to be a depleted military anymore. From now on, it's going to be America first. America first. We will stop racing to topple foreign, and you understand this, foreign regimes that we know nothing about, that we shouldn't be involved with. Instead, our focus must be on defeating terrorism and destroying ISIS. And we will. Any nation that shares these goals will be our partner in this mission. We won't forget it. We want to strengthen old friendships and seek out new friendships. Rather than a rigid dogma, we're guided by the lessons of history and a desire to promote stability all over, and strength in our land. This destructive cycle of intervention and chaos must finally, folks, come to an end. Come to an end. We've spent, at last count, $6 trillion in the Middle East, and our roads have potholes all over. Our highways are falling apart. Our bridges are falling. Our tunnels are no good. Our airports are horrible, like third world countries. We got to start spending on ourselves. But we've got to be so strong militarily, like we've never, ever been before. Remember that. Like we've never been before. We seek harmony and goodwill among the nations of the world. And we believe that respect for mutual sovereignty helps form the basis of trust and understanding. But we don't want people taking advantage of us anymore. We don't want countries taking advantage of us anymore. We don't want that. We don't want that. We want to be the smart people. We don't want to be what we've been over the last long period of time. We build up our military not as an act of aggression, but as an act of prevention. We pursue and build up arms not in order to seek conflict, but in order to avoid conflict. We want to be strong. In short, we seek peace through strength. That is why in my first budget report to Congress, I am going to ask for the elimination of the defense sequester. It's enough. Depletion, I call it depletion. Gets worse and worse every year, not for our military. We will show the world that America is going to be strong again, stronger than ever before. We're going to be stronger militarily than ever before. And hopefully we don't have to use our military. But we're going to be stronger than ever before. And there's rarely been a time when we've needed this strength more than we have right now. But in order to succeed with our defense policy, we must find the right person to lead our Defense Department. Is that right? This is why I'm proud to formally announce today my intention to nominate General James Mad Dog Mattis as the next Secretary of Defense for the United States of America. Jim is a Marine Corps four-star general the former commander of U.S. Central Command and NATO's Supreme Allied Commander, for transformation. This is going to be so great for us. He led an assault battalion in Operation Desert Storm, and you saw what that happened. That was the way you're supposed to lead it. There was no games. Mad Dog plays no games, right? Led the forces that went after the Taliban and commanded the 1st Marine Division in Iraq. He is one of the most effective generals that we've had in many, many decades. An extraordinary leader of our time who has committed his life to his love for our country. General Mattis is the living embodiment of the Marine Corps motto, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. And the American people are fortunate that a man of this character and integrity will now be the civilian leader atop the Department of Defense. Under his leadership, right? Under his leadership, such an important position. We will rebuild our military and alliances, destroy terrorists, face our enemies head on, and make America safe again. It is now my honor and privilege to welcome to the stage your next Secretary of Defense, General Mad Dog Mattis. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, President-elect, for the confidence that you have shown in me. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the opportunity to return to our troops, their families, the civilians of the Department of Defense, because I know how committed they are and devoted they are to the defense of our country, the defense of our Constitution. And with our allies strengthened, with our country strengthened, I look forward to being the civilian leader so long as the Congress gives me the waiver and the Senate votes to consent. Thank you very much.
What a great guy. He's going to be incredible. He'll get that waiver, right? He's going to get that. Oh, if he didn't get that waiver, there'll be a lot of angry people. Such a popular choice. I believe we're in the process of putting together one of the all-time great cabinets that has ever been assembled in our nation's history. We have some great, great people going to be named over the next couple of days, too. But to accomplish our goals, we must reject the failed approaches of the past. We must move past the tired conventional thinking of Washington, D.C. As Abraham Lincoln said, as our case is new, so must we think anew and act anew. My plan begins with bold structural reform to create millions of good-paying jobs and even great-paying jobs. You've been seeing what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. And we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet. We were very proud of saving 1,100 jobs in Indiana with the help of Mike Pence, Vice President-elect, who's incredible. We're very proud of Mike Pence, by the way. Whether it's producing steel, building cars, or curing disease, we want the next generation of innovation and production to happen right here in America and right here in North Carolina. And don't forget, when we started, even 4 weeks before, they said, well, we're going to have an awfully hard time winning Florida, an awfully hard time winning North Carolina. We're not going to win Pennsylvania. We're not going to win Michigan. We're not going to win Wisconsin. We're not going to win Iowa, and Ohio's going to be tough. So it started out, we won Ohio by more than 8 points. We won Iowa by a massive number, 10 points. Then we went down and we won Florida. Remember that fantastic evening? We have breaking news. Donald Trump wins Florida. Donald Trump wins North Carolina. We won so many states. We won 30 states, 32 states. We won so much, and we just kept winning. And then we topped it off by winning Pennsylvania, winning Michigan, winning, right? Winning Wisconsin. States that hadn't been won in 38 years, a lot of states. And it was a fantastic evening, and that's why we're here tonight, because we want to thank you. We want to thank you, especially. First on taxes. We're going to undertake one of the great tax reforms and simplifications in American history. This includes lowering the tax rate on business from 35% all the way down to 15%. And massive tax cuts, by the way, for middle-class workers. Massive. The biggest. Biggest since Reagan, actually bigger than Reagan. On regulations, we're going to eliminate every single wasteful regulation that undermines the ability of our workers and our companies to compete. The regulation business is a disaster in our country. We're going to get rid of all of the unnecessary regulations. On energy, we will cancel the job-killing restrictions on the production of American energy and pursue American energy independence, and we'll be able to do it. Honoring the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt, believe it or not, one of our great environmentalists, we will also conserve and protect our beautiful natural resources for the next generation, including protecting lands and anglers and hunters and all of those who enjoy the outdoors, like my sons, Don and Eric. They enjoy the outdoors. They enjoy it. They love it. On infrastructure, I will ask Congress to pass legislation that produces $1 trillion of new investments in America's crumbling infrastructure, including major projects in our inner cities. We're going to take care of our inner cities. We're going to get the inner cities going again. Remember, I used the expression, what the hell do you have to lose? I'm telling you, you're going to see. And I want to thank, we did so well, so much better with African American communities, with Hispanic communities than anybody ever anticipated. So much better. Better than has taken place in years back. So I want to thank the African American communities. I want to thank the Hispanic communities. And we're starting to work already. We're working already. And the appointment today of Ben Carson has been very popular, very well received. Dr. Ben Carson. Good guy. Great guy. We will have two simple rules when it comes to rebuilding this country. Buy American and hire American. All right? Buy American. On trade, our trade deficit, now nearly $800 billion a year. We have a deficit, think of it, of almost $800 billion a year. You really say, who's negotiating these deals? Is a chronic drag on the growth and a destroyer of jobs and wealth in our country. In the month of October alone, our nation racked up more than $40 billion in trade deficit. $40 billion, including more than a $30 billion trade deficit with China alone. All right? Think we're doing a good job in negotiating? I don't think so. How many business people do we have in this audience that could have done a slightly better job of negotiating, right? Yeah, you can. North Carolina has lost nearly half of its manufacturing jobs since NAFTA. America has lost 70,000 factories. Think of it, 70,000 factories since joining the World Trade Organization, or think of it. So China joins the World Trade Organization, and since that time, we've lost so much, 70,000 factories. We're living through the greatest jobs theft in the history of the world. There's never been a jobs theft like what's happened to this country. And we stopped some of it a little bit because we just started, but we haven't really started because we don't really start till January 20th, but we're stopping. And one of the wealthiest men in the world, you saw it today, maybe, did anybody see it? Masa, right? Masa, great guy of Japan. He's pledged that he's going to put $50 billion into the United States because of our victory. He wasn't investing in our country. 50 billion. 50,000 jobs. 50,000 jobs he's going to be investing in. He's a great guy. A Trump administration will renegotiate our terrible trade deals, stand up to foreign cheating, and defeat every last American. And we will do this. We will defeat the enemy on jobs, and we will defend American jobs. We're going to defend American jobs. And we have to look at it almost as a war, because that's what's happened to us. That's what's happened to our workers. These are great people. And boy, did they come out to vote. Remember they said they don't exist? They existed. They existed. Believe me, in millions and millions of people poured out to the voting booths, and they voted. Big league. That's why we had these kind of victories. We had states where we would win by 30 points, 35 points, 40 points. Amazing. And if a company wants to fire their workers, leave our country, and then ship their products back into our country, there will be consequences. I'm sorry. There will be consequences. Big consequences. On health care reform, every day, the law known as Obamacare is destabilizing our health care, really destabilizing it, surging premiums and forcing providers out of the market. If we don't act, the damage will be irreversible. We're going to act. That is why we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. We have no choice. We have no choice. We have absolutely no choice. So we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare, and you're going to get health care at a much lower price with a much lower deductible. It's so high now, you really can't, and for the most part, you can't use it. But we are going to have great health care at a much lower price. On child care, I'm asking Congress to pass legislation to make safe and affordable child care accessible to all, and people like that. That's something that Ivanka Trump, did anybody ever hear of Ivanka Trump, right? Ivanka Trump has been fighting for a long time, and I have, and I agree with her. On crime, the murder rate has experienced its largest increase in 45 years. We are going to support the incredible men and women of law enforcement, and we are going to bring this terrible crime wave to an end. Highest in 45 years, the murder rate. On immigration, we will be the administration that ended illegal immigration. We will construct a great border wall, dismantle the criminal cartels, liberate our communities from the epidemic of gang violence and drugs. We will get rid of the drugs that are pouring into our country. We will ask Congress to reform our visa and immigration programs to protect jobs and wages for American workers. And we will be appointing very shortly somebody to head up our program. And I will tell you, this person, like General Mattis, will do a phenomenal job, because we're going to stop people from coming into our country illegally, but we're going to have people come into our country, and they're going to come in by the thousands and the hundreds of thousands, but they're going to come in, they are going to come in legally, right? But by the hundreds of thousands. We want people to come in, but they have to come in legally. To protect our country from terrorism and extremism, we will suspend immigration from regions where it cannot be safely processed. Right now, thousands and thousands and thousands of people are pouring into our country. We have no idea who they are, where they come from, do they love us? In a lot of cases, no, they don't love us. A Trump administration will always put the safety and security of the American people first. Okay, remember that. Safety of the American people. Ethics reform will be a crucial part of our 100-day plan as well. We're going to drain the swamp of corruption in Washington, D.C. We're going to. I will impose a 5-year ban on executive branch officials becoming lobbyists and a lifetime ban on officials becoming lobbyists for a foreign government. We face many, many challenges, but this is truly an exciting time to be alive in our country and hopefully to be alive in many other locations, because we are representative to a large extent of what's happening in the world. The world is looking up to us, but they haven't been looking up to us much, and they are going to start looking up again. We're going to be good for the world, not just good for our country. The script to what we're doing is not yet written. Remember, this has been a great, great movement, the likes of which they've never seen before, the likes of which those folks back there that write the stories, no, I'll tell you. And they're saying it, they've never seen anything like this before. It's one of the great political phenomena of all time. And we're going to show them we're going to do a great job. We're going to create a safe country. We're going to create a prosperous country. We're going to have jobs again, great jobs, not bad jobs, real jobs. And it's going to be something special. And hopefully they're going to write the truth. We do not know what the page tomorrow will read. But for the first time in a long time, what we do know is that the pages will be authored by each and every one in this room and in our country, by you. It's going to be authored by you. Together, we will raise incomes and create millions and millions of new jobs. It's going to happen. It's already happening. You see what happened today. We will reestablish the rule of law and defend the Constitution of the United States. And by the way, we will be appointing great, great Supreme Court justices, you see. We'll be starting very soon with one to replace Justice Scalia. Great man. We will protect the right of every American to live in safety and peace. We will restore and respect, and we will respect people's rights. We will respect constitutional rights. And for all America, we will respect our great American flag again, believe me. We will heal our divisions and unify our country. When Americans are unified, there is nothing we cannot do. Nothing. No task is too great, no dream too large, no goal beyond our reach. My message tonight is for all Americans, from all parties, all beliefs, all walks of life. It's a message for everyone. No matter your age, your income, your background, I'm asking you to join us in this great, great adventurous world that we're living in. We're going to make it less adventurous. We're going to make it safer and better than it's ever been before. I'm asking you to dream big again as Americans. I'm asking you to believe in yourself, to believe in your country, and to believe in your future. Because we've got a great future. What I've seen more than anything else is how great the future of our country is going to be. And if we do that, then all together we will make America strong again, stronger than ever before. We will make America rich again. A lot of people don't like the sound of that, but we need that. to take care of our military, to take care of our veterans, to take care of all of the things that we have to. We're going to be a rich nation again. We're going to be a wealthy nation again. We're going to make America. We're going to make America like it says on all of those caps, those millions and millions of caps that have been sold all over this country, and all of those signs. We are going to make America great again, greater than ever before. Thank you, North Carolina. Thank you. We love you. God bless you, everybody. We'll be back soon. Thank you, North Carolina. Thank you.